Now today, we welcome back Dr. Tanya Gee to help us understand our inner life and soul purpose. Tanya is a seasoned doctor of traditional Chinese medicine with over 30 years of clinical experience and a thriving multidisciplinary clinic in Vancouver. Known for her intuitive, heart-led approach, Tanya blends ancient healing traditions with modern healthcare. She is guided by the principles of service, devotion, compassion, and love. Please join me in giving a very warm welcome to Dr. Tanya Gee.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Hi. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming here today, and thank you for humbling me and allowing me an opportunity to share from my heart. And this is my fourth time that Unity is inviting me, and I feel so blessed. So thank you very, very much. Thank you. Today, my topic is called Destiny. And there's a reason why I wanted to share this, because it's something I talk about quite a lot in my practice. In my practice, I treat clients that have a lot of suffering. Some of my patients have chronic illness. Some of them have emotional stress. And some have stage 4, late-stage cancer. Some are on their way out. Most people that come see me have a sense of fear, anxiety, depression. And my heart, I feel so much, I'm empathic. So when you come in, I want to hear your story. Because when you share your story, you share with me your wins and your pains. And everybody has pain. Everybody has trauma. Not one of us is free from this. We've all experienced it. In life, obviously, there's going to be fantastic experiences, but it's also, in life, we will feel pain from heartbreak, betrayal. Our loved one may cheat on us, may leave us. Close ones will die. And what happens is the physical body will absorb this if we don't process it. But we're not taught how. When we're children, we're not taught how. We're all in survival. Things haven't changed much. Now, this is going into my 60th year of being on this earth. I'm actually 1,000 years old, but Asian, we're good. But I recognize this is the second half of my life. I recognize that I'm entering into the golden era. And you know what matters to me? Is, am I peaceful? Am I peaceful? Because the patients that come to see me are not. It's heartbreaking to hold the hand of someone who's dying and they're not ready to die. And what do they say? Why me? Why is this happening to me? And so I listen with all of my heart. And we end up talking about destiny. Do you know what destiny is? Most people think that destiny is fate, right? And we always think that destiny is about all the positive things that happen in life. But really, the question is, the good and the bad. Is our life preordained? Is there a map that we are existing on? Are the good things supposed to happen when they do? Are the difficult things happen when they do? Is it true? Does God give us free will? Which means that we can go off that golden path? I think the answer is yes, 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 and yes. I really do. Now, I'm a former Buddhist. I used to be devout. I studied in the monastic aspect of Tibetan Buddhism. I also studied Hinduism. And now, of course, I've fallen in love with Jesus, so now I am studying Christianity. Buddhism and Hinduism always knew about past lives. It was ingrained past lives, multiple lives. Hinduism and Buddhism also talked about something that was similar to the word karma. Karma. How does that play into our lives? When bad things happen, people say to me, is it my karma? What did I do to deserve this? Multiple stage 4 cancer. What did I do to deserve this? That comes up in conversations with me. So we talk about destiny. Does it exist? We talk about free will, God's will. Does it exist? We talk about karma. Does it exist? I say yes, 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 and yes. What do you believe? What do you believe? And what you believe is the key for you unlocking that pain. So I want to share something with you. It's a reframe. It's done in storytelling, the fashion of storytelling. I love learning through storytelling because then I can remember things much easily. That's why I don't do slides or data. I don't do that. Let's talk about the story of your life. Everyone has had some form of trauma. I'm going to share a private story that my patient has given me permission to speak about this. Stage 4 cancer. My patient said to me, why is this happening to me? And I said, tell me your story. And she told me her story. And interestingly enough, her story was riddled with betrayal, 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 and betrayal. She told me, my husband cheated on me. She told me, my children have left me. She told me, I got fired from my job. And she told me, I'm alone. So much pain. When someone says that, you ask yourself, is there a theme here? The answer is yes, there's a theme. And the one that hurt the most for her was that her husband left her. And so I said, let's start there. And so we entered into a story, and it went something like this. I said, we'll call her Joan. I said, Joan, let's just say her husband's name was Gary. I said, Joan, what if it's true that there are multiple lives? What if it's true? She's like, yeah, okay. I said, what if you are in this holding space? We'll call it heaven. She goes, okay, I'm good with that. I said, and what if you had a say on the life you were going to live in your next incarnation? She goes, that sounds promising. I said, okay. What if you sat down with some managers of this heaven space and you went over it and they asked you, what's your main theme here in this life? And it turned out that it looked like she needed to forgive, wanted to master forgiveness, wanted to master trust, wanted to master resilience, and above all, deep love. But we all know you cannot deeply love if you have hate in your heart. You cannot deeply love if you are traumatized and blaming others or feeling like a victim. What we require is something called alchemy, transforming lead into gold. That is the same thing as transforming hate into love, anger into patience. So coming back to the story, I said, so your mastery here, I see what you're here to do. And she's like, yeah. She goes, yep. I said, what do you think? She goes, yep, that sounds good. I said, okay, now guess what? She's like, what? You're going to have to find a soul to play your husband in this life. And she's like, okay. She goes, I go, let's choose Gary. She's like, okay. So it goes something like this. I play her. Hi. Hey, beautiful, beloved soul. I'm going to be incarnating. Could you be my husband in this life? And Gary's like, hey, beloved soul, yes, I would love to. And this connection occurs. And then the story continues. Okay, great. What are you going down for? He said, oh, forgiveness. She's like, oh, me too, forgiveness. He goes, what else? She goes, oh, I know, resilience. Oh, he's like, oh, that's great, resilience. That's great. Me too. She was super. And then she said, oh, of course. Compassion, maybe some deep love. And he's like, yes, that's great. She said, so we'll help each other. Yes, because we're here to master those lessons. Great. Okay, it's in the path. It's in our destiny. Fantastic. And then she says to him, Gary, I need you to help me on something. And he says, what's that? When we're married, yeah? He goes, oh, it's going to be so great. And she said, yes, it is, until it isn't. I need you to cheat on me. What? And I need you to hurt me. What? And I need you to leave me. What? And it's going to hurt. He's like, I don't want to do it. But you love me. You don't want to do this? No, I don't want to hurt you. But I'm here to learn resilience and forgiveness. But if I do that, I will not only hurt you, I'll hurt myself and I'll hurt our family. Yes, you will. That's going to be incredibly painful, and I will be a horrible person. Yeah, you will. But you love me, right? You'll do this? You don't want to. But I will, on one condition. What's that? I need you to remember why I'm doing this, because I may forget. And if I forget, I will be consciously asleep and I will suffer. I will do my best to remember. Please remember, so we both can heal. So I asked my patient, how did he do? Did he play the role? Did he hurt you? Did he betray you? Did he abandon you? Did he hurt his family? Are you hurt? Is this the cause of your illness? She's crying. She shook her head, yes. I said, what are you going to do? And she said, I'm going to wake up. And I said, yes. It starts with you. You can choose to awaken. And when you do, you can choose to do the work, the mastery of why you're here. And her theme was that she had to forgive. Every holy book says forgiveness is divine. It is just one step in the many that God gives us to heal, to be radiant, and to deeply love. And so I said to my patient, will you please make the commitment to remember? Because your ex-husband has not remembered. He is still asleep, because if he was awake, that is when we make amends. That is when we offer sincere apologies for the pain we have bestowed on someone. We make amends within ourselves to not repeat those mistakes. We learn to forgive ourselves, and we return to a holy place in our hearts. And if that has not happened, we offer our loved one something called spiritual pity. In transpersonal psychology, which is spiritual psychology, what I've learned from the Numa Institute, which is a school of transpersonal psychology, is there's something called spiritual pity. And spiritual pity is when someone, someone does not know what they do not know. And so therefore we offer our sincere pity. It's not about feeling sorry for someone. It's an understanding with compassion that they do not know what they do not know. So then we can bestow spiritual pity on people who have hurt us. They do not know what they do not know, and they have not remembered. And it is okay to not have a relationship, but it's important with them. But it's important for us to do the work, to do this precious inner work in order to heal. And everyone heals. You heal. By forgiving others, they heal. And understanding that there is a mastery to our lives. What is your mastery? Do you know? Do you know why you're here? Observe your life. Be very, very honest with yourself. What is the main themes that keep popping up in your life? What has your life taught you? Do you see it? Now that you see it, transform it. Alchemy, lead into gold. Let us come back to the holy place in our hearts. Let us be golden. Now, question, what about free will? Yes, God gives us free will. God is love. Just like when we were teenagers, we did what we wanted to do, and it wasn't always great. Free will. How do you know when you're off the path? How do you know when you're off your predestined path? It's because you run into a lot of discomfort, a lot of prolonged suffering, a lot of closed doors, a lot of nothing, a lack of productivity, a lack of inspiration, a lack of everything. This is when you get to return back to the heart. Just like we did with the oming, returning back to the heart, to that sacred place where we can commune with divinity within us, where we can learn more about who we really are and why we are here. And every faith always says, we are here to love. We are here to love. We are here to love. Thank you. Thank you.